On this episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast, we talk about I Don't Want to See You in Heaven by the Callous Daoboys. To another episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
We're two professional broadcasters. We like metal. We like to talk about it. And today we're talking about a band that was recommended to me by a friend of mine because he knows these guys and went to college with them.
You can tell they went to college, too. This music has I went to college written all over it.
It sure does. But yeah, the Callous Daoboys are an American primarily mathcore band. I think it's fair to say that is the bulk of their sound, but boy, is there a lot more going on.
Mathcore / smooth jazz.
Definitely with, new metal influences mixed in there. Lots of just, energy of straight up hardcore punk, and kind of the acidity of like late 90s metalcore, of talking like early Converge, Botch, that sort of thing, of the really sort of raw kind of sound that they had. Not that the actual production of this is raw.
No, it's very well produced.
But the emotionally raw.
I feel like this is where they took a band meeting, 9 of them or however many are in this band?
There's a bunch.
I feel like they took a meeting. They said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to write the next record and we're going to record it in the next 2 weeks. What I want you to do is nobody take their fucking Ritalin. Okay, so
everybody get off your ADHD meds.
Yeah, so we're gonna make this the best thing we've ever done.
Yeah, it's there are 6 of them officially in the band, but there are tons of guests and people that helped out with engineering. The album is at least partially self-produced, but there are people outside the band that also handled and helped with production, mixing, and engineering and whatnot. But this album is very much a group effort between a lot of different people and
a lot of different ideas.
Yeah, a lot of it's we'll talk more about about what it is, what it's about, and all that later on. But
it'll take about 20 seconds. Sorry.
For us
to go, I don't understand it.
But I like it.
Okay. Join us next week.
But, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good.
It's good.
I'm doing well, I think. Yeah.
Doing well.
We got done with the fair.
Yes.
The fair is over.
Yes. What'd you do over the weekend?
Over the weekend? What the hell did I do?
You beat Elden Ring.
Oh, yeah, I beat Elden Ring.
You fucking beat Elden Ring.
I did.
I'm so proud of
Thank
you.
And it was funny. It took me the last part of the game. I beat a whole shitload of bosses in like 2 hours.
Yeah, you sent me a text showing that you had beaten, that you'd gotten back to the Lands Between, and therefore you had beaten Malekith.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours later, you sent me a text that you were ready to face fucking Radagon. Yeah. You blasted straight through all of Ashen Capital and fucking Gideon and Godfrey, and then you beat it.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. Yeah. That's it. First of all, that's incredibly impressive. And according to you, your level wasn't super high. I think you were lower. Yeah, I think you were lower level when you did that than I was. Maybe I was 150, but I seem to remember being at like 200. And then I think I capped myself maybe at 250 for the DLC. Nice. I picked up a bunch of levels just so I could support some different builds primarily, but getting through that late part of the game that fast, regardless of build, is impressive, and I'm proud of you.
Thanks. I got rid of Godfrey, what's his name? Horaloo.
Yeah, in his second phase.
Yeah, I didn't die at all.
What the fuck?
I beat him without dying at all.
I didn't struggle too bad with Godfrey, but it definitely was like I definitely did not first try that fight, and I was using I ended up using like summons and whatnot to help out. Like
I think maybe I've watched it so many times.
That could be it. There's a fair amount of like institutional knowledge.
Yeah. He's gonna stomp and jump. Okay?
Yeah.
And
like like you've got some optional bosses to get done, and
sure.
And one non-optional boss if you want to play the DLC, which is Moog.
Mm-hmm.
The DLC is a little bit of a different beast.
Okay.
I mean, you know the change in the mechanics of like. Your level is less important than your shadow tree fragments or whatever the fuck they were called that you gotta find that will help you become more powerful. You will deal more damage and take less damage the more of them you collect.
Do you still rely on runes at all, or?
Oh yeah. I mean, runes obviously will help you level up, and if you need to make build changes, like I did, that will be helpful to have more levels.
Can you go back to the original
game?
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in the same way that when you finish the base game, it just pops you back to Roundtree.
Right.
Roundtree?
Roundtree.
Yeah, Round Table Hold.
Right.
It just pops you back to Round Table Hold, and then you can go back to the original map and finish up anything you hadn't done.
Right.
You can always head back to... I wanted to call it Roundtree again. You can just pop back to the hold and then go back to the base map whenever you like. But cool. So that way, if you need to change your build, you can just head to Raya Lucaria and talk to the tall lady.
I think I have like 4 larval tears.
Yeah. That's and there are more that you can find in the DLC.
Nice.
It definitely is. The bosses, at least some of them, most of them, are some of the most unbelievably aggressive. Like they never fucking stop moving and attacking. It's pretty overwhelming. There are a couple of enemies, just like enemies that you can find pretty early on that I hate.
Really?
Like that if they weren't put directly in your way at certain points, I would avoid the way that I avoid rune bears. Because like everybody knows, rune bears, which are just really big bears, some of the scariest enemies in the game.
Yep.
Simply because they hit way too hard and they're extremely tanky and very aggressive.
And they can run as fast as your horse can.
Yeah.
Like there's one place up just before you're going to, I guess down, before you're going to find Fia and Fia's dudes, and there's this waterfall. And he says, "What's in this waterfall? Oh shit! Rune bear!
In deeper depths.
Yeah.
Yeah. What ending did you go with? Fia's. Okay, cool. You did the Duskborn, I think that's called. Yeah. I mean I've only played all the way through the base game the one time. I did probably about half of a New Game Plus playthrough before something else happened that was new.
Sure. Something shiny.
I went and did that instead because it was new. I totally lost my train of thought. I'd only played through the base game once, so I just did Ronnie's ending. Yeah. Because I'm a simp. I don't know.
Well, I wanted to. There were things about the Dung Eater.
Oh,
ending.
You wanted to do the Dung Eater ending?
I kind of wanted to.
You wanted to do the poop ending?
I thought I've never seen it. I want to fuck everything up.
Make everything infinitely worse. Yeah. making everything infinitely more worse than straight up destroying the entire world, which is what you do in the Age of Chaos ending.
Right. You could go to the 3 fingers.
Yeah. That's the worst possible ending is the Dung Eater's ending, but as one might expect, if it's an ending based off a character named the Loathsome Dung Eater.
You know, I feel like that.
The Loathsome Dung Eater.
Yeah, he says it at the beginning of the game. And you're like, what? What am I about to play here? I just feel like the adjective is unnecessary. I feel like if someone's called the dung eater, you just assume
they're loathsome.
They are loathsome.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Divine ate shit that one time, and Divine seems all right, or seemed.
Right. Yeah, Divine's dead.
Yeah.
The loathsome dead person.
Which technically is true about all of the Tarnished. They were dead, and then they were brought back to life to fix the Elden Ring.
Right. To polish the Elden Ring.
To polish it, yeah.
Yeah. Because they're tarnished. You don't want the Elden Ring to be tarnished.
Exactly. You want that to be nice and shiny.
Exactly.
But the bosses in the DLC are pretty universally tough. Regardless of like, I don't think any of the big named bosses I would describe as easy.
Well, what's the one that's like it's a combination of a bunch, like it's the queen of. It was just the grossest looking thing I've ever seen.
Oh, are you talking about the Saint of the Bud? Is she like a big weird centipede thing with like multiple centipedes, and then there's a lady in the middle?
Maybe, yeah.
Ramana. She's not. She's actually kind of easy.
Is she really?
If you've got weapons that can deal a lot of fire and a build that supports that, then yeah, she takes a shitload of fire damage. So she wasn't too bad.
I didn't make a fire build.
Well, you can switch it.
Yeah. Volunteer.
Yeah. Ramina's not bad. I think that's her name. But she kind of comes out of nowhere. Like she doesn't really fit in thematically, I feel like, with a lot of the bosses. It felt like FromSoft was like, oh shit, we should do something with a Scarlet Rot. Here, Bug Lady. All the other bosses are really tough.
There's a hand one too. There's a hand queen or whatever. It's covered with the like that you find over in.
Oh yeah. I can't. The mother of Metir, the mother of fingers. Yes, she's a riff off of the Elden Beast. She's like the same kind of creature as the Elden Beast, and she, like, her lore is she was sent to the Lands Between first, and was like the original messenger of the Greater Will, and then something happened where like the Greater Will just stopped talking to her, and eventually sent the Elden Beast instead. So she's kind of just been doing her own thing, but it's suggested that she's kind of responsible for everything that happens with Marika, where like it was her like whisperings to Marika that led to all of the stuff that happens with Elden Ring. She wasn't too bad, but it's kind of a pain to get to her in the first place. But like there are definitely some secret places that it is not. I'm really bad at finding like secret entrances and stuff. Like there's a whole area called the Abyssal Woods that I would not have ever found if I didn't look it up, and there wasn't like
DLC.
And like if there wasn't a big empty spot on the map for me to go, where the fuck is that? How do I get down there? The whole DLC is kind of a progressive series of how do I get down there? Like,
well, I mean, that's in the base game as well too. I mean,
the base game is mostly how do I get up there?
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Most of the base game you're going up continuously. And the DLC, for the most part, you're going down, generally speaking, with the exception of Jagged Peak, which is you going up and fighting a big dragon.
Sure. Speaking of Peak, we're spending a whole lot of time talking about a 3.5-year-old game, but
it's one of the best games ever made.
That's true. I still haven't beaten the Lord of Blasphemy.
Oh yeah, Rykard. Rykard's not too bad.
I tried it like twice.
Okay.
And then I'm not ready for this yet, but that was a while ago.
I think you could get it. Do you have the gimmick weapon there?
I do.
Yeah, then if the gimmick weapon kind of makes that fight laughably easy.
Okay.
At least I felt like it did, because maybe they've changed the mechanics a little bit so it doesn't stagger him quite so badly, but it's pretty easy to stun lock him.
Nice.
using the weapon art of that weapon. But I didn't find Rykard to be too much of a challenge once I decided, all right, fuck it, I'll use the gimmick weapon. They put it here for me to use it. They do it. They don't do it in every game, but every once in a while, like it's something they've been doing since Demon Souls, where they're like, we're gonna have this really big boss, and we're going to give you this specific weapon that's gonna make the fight way easier, and it's gonna do a really cool thing, and you'll feel super powerful if you use it.
But it's the only time you're ever gonna use that.
Yeah, because it's the specific thing the weapon does is useless against anything else. And so like they've done that a couple of times. In Demon Souls and Dark Souls 3, it's a sword called Storm Ruler. In Dark Souls 3, you use that to fight Yorm the Giant, and it can get even more comical if you do Sigvard's quest line, where he joins you in the fight, and he has his own Storm Ruler. So there are two of them, and you can basically stun lock Yorm for the entire fight, and I felt kind of bad doing it. I think I may have actually not used Storm Ruler to beat Yorm. I think I'm in, well, Sigvard's got his, and he'll use the weapon art every once in a while, and I'll just attack Yorm regularly. But there's that, and then Elden Ring has the Serpent Hunter Spear.
Yes.
Which operates very similarly, where the weapon art has a very long range.
Right. It's like a laser that comes out the end of it.
Yeah,
situation.
It's like a big blast of wind or something like that. But
it's a farting sword.
A farting spear.
Farting spear. That's right.
Even though it's labeled as a spear, even though it looks like it's a weird, like,
it looks like a two-handed sword, kinda.
It's like a
lance.
Like a lance, but with a weird, like, halberd head. The design of the weapon is strange. But I guess it was designed to fight a snake the size of God. So I guess it would look kind of strange, wouldn't it? But Rykard's not too bad. I think you can handle Rykard.
Yeah, I'll go back.
And I mean, you're doing like an intelligence build, aren't you?
Yeah, intelligent dex.
Do you have Azure Comet? The laser beam?
No.
Azure
Comet. Where do you get that?
It's off to you have to basically go all the way around the mountain on Mount Gelmir.
Oh, really?
Like on the very backside of Mount Gelmir. It's part of Selen's quest line, where you have to find the primordial mages.
I think I locked myself out of Selen's quest line.
Okay. I don't think you have to be doing the quest line to find them, but she gives you that objective. It's just a big fucking laser beam. And there are a couple of other things you can do to buff it.
Nice.
But that classically, it's a thing that is used to just kind of melt Moog very quickly, because at the opening of his fight, he just kind of is slowly walking straight towards you.
Right.
So the biggest problem with Azure Comet is that it shoots in a straight line, but you can't really change targets because it's just so you kind of have to hope the target doesn't move out of the beam. It works good on really big enemies that are coming at you. Like once I got it, I was like, I'm never going to fight a fucking ulcerated tree spirit again. I fought 15 of them already. There are 20 more on the map. I'm not fighting another one of them. I'm going to set up my thing and blast it out of existence because I don't have time for this shit.
I've proven if I want to fight an ulcerated tree spirit,
I can do it.
I can do it.
I don't need to do it 10 more times, Miyazaki. It's depending upon the enemy, it can kind of trivialize certain fights.
What's it called again?
Azure Comet,
Gotcha.
I believe is what it's called.
It's blue.
It is blue, yes. I mean, it's magic in Elden Ring. Most of it's blue.
Yeah, sure.
At least the intelligence stuff. But yeah, that's a really good spell if you're sticking with intelligence. I switched to faith entirely just for role-playing reasons because I was like, I'm going to remake my character into my character from Dungeons & Dragons, who was a paladin. And that was... I don't think there are too many bosses in the DLC that have really high holy resistance, but one of the nice things about faith is that it also buffs like fire damage.
Oh.
So if they don't have resistance to fire and holy, which that also is often the case because many bosses will have fire resistance just because. But
yeah, when I first started playing the game on the PS4 you gave me, I did a strength build.
Okay.
And I went through. I
mean, bonk always works.
Yeah, I hit the giant crusher.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Someday I'll do a pure strength build, but not today.
Today will not be that day.
Today is not that day.
A day that will live in infamy.
It's not that day.
It's not that day.
This day is normal.
We are going to flat out forget this day ever happened.
Because nothing special happened, really, whatsoever. Over the weekend, I went kayaking finally.
Nice.
And I had a good time. It was a beautiful day to start with anyway. It was a gorgeous day. And I paddled, I don't know how far, and found a nice place to stop, take my chair out and do some reading in the shade underneath some big old cottonwood trees.
Was this Sakakuya?
Yeah. And it was a beautiful day to be outside and be doing some reading. I did a little swimming in the lake.
Nice.
And then after I got out of the water, I realized that despite putting it next to my bag before I left, I did not remember to pack my sunscreen. I had put on sunscreen before I left home, but I had,
set it down and left it there.
Yeah, I left it there, and I had done some swimming, after which I had intended to reapply my sunscreen.
Was it waterproof sunscreen at all?
It was labeled sport, so most sunscreens that are labeled sport generally are going to be waterproof or water resistant.
Unless that's the flavor.
Yeah, it's sports flavored sunscreen. But like it had been probably a solid 4 hours since I had put it on, so probably needed to reapply it anyway. And so yeah, my paddle back. I don't think I got burned at all, but the very tops of my arms, right below my sleeves, were maybe just ever so slightly red. By later that day. So but as soon as I decided to paddle back to the dock, the wind decided now was the time for it to pick up and start blowing directly into my face.
Awesome. Love that.
And yeah, I don't know if it was from just too much more sun exposure than I am used to, or too much exertion and not enough water, even though like my Camelback, the bag for my Camelback was full, and I drank the whole thing.
Wow.
And I had paced myself with hydration well enough to where I didn't run out before I got I think I ran out basically immediately as I was pulling into the dock. So like that, a good amount of water. I think that bag probably holds a gallon. I don't know.
Nice.
But maybe it wasn't enough. It was pretty hot Saturday.
And maybe I shouldn't be putting this out there, but my ex-wife, her kryptonite is wind in the face.
Wind in the face?
Any kind of moving air in her face, and she becomes paralyzed.
So if you need to distract her,
just blow in her face, and she'll do that
like a cat.
Yeah, like a cat. She's like a kitty cat. She will. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind it when I'm not trying to paddle. Right. Into it.
Yeah, a headwind sucks.
It's one of those things that would make me more interested in paddling up here on the Souris or something like that, because there's a fair bit more cover from the wind,
we're in a
both
valley.
from the trees and the fact that we're in a valley and the river sits a little low. The main thing is I don't know places to like load and unload essentially.
That would be easy to find out.
Yeah, but like one of the things is just looking on Google Maps. It's like I have to go at least like 20 miles outside of town to find a spot where there's not to find the stretch of the river where there isn't a low-level dam every mile.
Oh, sure, yeah, a coffer.
I'm not getting out and dragging my kayak around a low-level dam every 20 minutes. Like that's going to be a huge pain in the ass. The other thing is like what I would want to do is find a spot to get on the water and then paddle upstream. And then turn around and not that the source moves very fast at all, but
it's even moving right now. Today it was moving,
but like paddle upstream if that's not too hard, and then turn around and have an easier time on the way back.
Right.
But yeah, I brought my kayak back up here for the first time since I bought it.
Nice.
So
you have it in your garage?
Yeah. So that's the only reason why I could bring it back up here.
Now you have a garage.
I had a garage in my old place, but it could only fit my car and barely fit my car. And I have a Toyota Corolla. That tells you how small those fucking garage stalls were.
I'm happy for you that you moved into an adult home.
Yeah, the garages are technically like 2-car garages here. That would be a bit tight. I've seen people here parking 2 cars in their garage, and it looks a bit tight. But one small Japanese car and a kayak is just fine. But that was a good time, and. Yeah, that's kind of what I did over the weekend. I had a good time. Finally, going to the lake.
I also had fun on the weekend as well.
What did you do?
Well,
Friday you did something fun.
Some time ago, my son, and I don't know if I told you that this is how he said it.
How did he say it?
He said, "Dad, one of my favorite classic rock bands is going to be playing at the fair. We should go."
Yes, everyone's favorite classic rock band, Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
That's the best possible way he could have put it.
Yeah.
Did he do that on purpose, or did he mean it genuinely?
Oh no, yeah, it was a jest. He was busting my balls.
It was a jest.
Yeah.
A jape.
And here's the thing: I've now seen Limp Bizkit twice. I don't like to be in crowded areas.
Yeah.
I love live music, but I don't want to be
the crowd and everything. Yeah,
I don't appreciate it. So there are very few bands I've seen more than once. I've seen Primus more than once. I've seen Metallica more than once. I've seen Limp Bizkit more than once.
I mean, we like to make fun every once in a while. Yeah. Make fun of Limp Bizkit a little bit, but the truth is, out of all the things I've ever heard about them, one thing I have consistently heard time and time again is that they are amazing live.
They are amazing live. And one thing I noticed about their musicianship that I hadn't noticed before is that in reality, all of them are very good musicians. Yeah. They're very good. Then they've just kind of chosen style over substance.
Yeah.
They just want to make what they're doing.
It was a thing. It was like a thing on YouTube a number of months ago where there was a whole bunch of guitar channels that for some reason were like, yeah, Wes Borland is fucking awesome. He's one of the best guitarists ever. I mean, yeah. And I'd heard that for a long time. I'd always heard praise for Wes Borland's guitar playing. And that it's a lot better than you might think just listening to it. If you are a guitarist and listening to it, it's probably a lot more impressive. There are certain kinds of music like that that are a lot more impressive to listen to if you actually know how playing them works, which is usually not the case for me because you don't know. I'm not a musician. Right. I don't know how to play guitar and recognize when a part is deceptively difficult. And there's also always the element of tone too. The playing might not be super technical, but sometimes a guitarist just fucking nails a guitar tone that elevates their playing. And there's always something impressive about that too, of like they came up with that sound, and boy does it sound good. And
here's, again, their singer he can actually sing.
You don't need to be so ashamed.
I mean, he can, you hear him do
the question is he a better singer than he is a film director?
Yes, he is. that I'm Johnny on the spot for. I'll tell you that right now. Yes, he's a.
Fred Durst is better as a singer than as a film director.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also I give them this too. There was a storm coming. It was a big. The clouds looked ugly. There was lightning. There was wind. And his response to that was, "Fuck it, we don't care. We're gonna do this anyway."
Yeah.
And not like other people who, at the threat of a rumor of a storm, gets on their plane and jets out of town. Pussy.
Fucking Kid Rock. We can name names. Kid Rock fucking sucks.
Okay, yeah. I was trying to be a gentleman.
No. What? You don't need to be a gentleman to Kid Rock. It's just like, I feel like you don't need to be respectful about Hulk Hogan just because he died. The man was a racist union buster.
Right.
You don't need to. I don't think people need to sing his praises just because he passed away.
See, I think I said it last week, but I'll say it again. Everybody loved Hulk Hogan. Terry Bollea was a fucking ass.
Yeah, like
Hulk Hogan was great. Kids, listen to your mom and dad. Do your exercise. Be a good person.
Yeah.
Terry Bollea was nothing like.
When the man was called out for saying the N-word a bunch of times, his response was that he didn't know he was being recorded. Was not. I shouldn't have said those things. It's a bad thing to say. Not saying like, oh, I'm not a racist or no.
Yeah.
His response was that he didn't know he was being recorded.
Right, which is just that's very telling.
Like, yeah, I don't think people. If someone bad who is a piece of shit and sucked and said a lot of bad things. Just because they're dead, that doesn't. No. Hitler's dead.
Right.
Everyone acknowledges that you don't have to be nice when you're talking about him.
No.
Now, I'm not saying Hulk Hogan was as bad as Hitler.
No.
Obviously.
Way worse. Yeah.
But yeah, I if someone fucking sucked, I don't think there's any reason to be respectful of the dead.
Yeah.
What do you think they're gonna give a shit?
No, they're dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to talk about this album? You want to talk about I Don't Want to See You in Heaven?
Yeah, I do want to talk about it, but in more of a curious. I mean, first of all, let me just say it right now. I don't want to spoil anything, but I loved this.
Oh, I agree.
Great.
This is one of the best albums I think I've listened to so far this year.
Yeah,
and there's been some fucking bangers this year.
There have.
They're like, and this is pretty new. This came out in May as well. There's been some fucking bangers this year, and this I think is one of the best I've listened to so far. So if you don't know, the Callous Daoboys are,
which I wouldn't blame you. If you didn't know.
If you didn't know. I mean, if you are a Mathcore fan, you probably know about these guys. They haven't been around too long, but they've gotten a fair amount of attention since they've been around.
Right.
Yeah, like I didn't know about these guys until probably like last year sometime when my friend who knows them
personally
told me about them, because I think I mentioned something about the Dillinger Escape Plan, and he was like, "Oh, my friends are in a Mathcore band called the Callous Daoboys, and they're playing with Dillinger Escape Plan," and I was like,
"What?
Are you sure? Because the Dillinger Escape Plan broke up. They're on permanent hiatus," and he's like, "No, I'm pretty sure." And that's how I found out that the Dillinger Escape Plan were doing reunion shows. Although I can't remember. I think Greg Puciato was only doing some of those shows, and they did a bunch of shows with their original vocalist, Dimitri Minikakis, I think his name was, or something like that. But I think Greg was probably busy with Better Lovers stuff at the time. But yeah, like I didn't know that was happening. I totally missed any news about the Dillinger Escape Plan, and that's how I found out in the same sentence found out about the Callous Daoboys. And I'd been meaning to get around to listening to them for a while, and I like since this album came out, it kept on popping up on my Spotify, like in my recommendeds, and I kept telling myself, I'll get around to it, I'll get around to it, and then finally this week I was like, okay, we need something to listen to. This is a new album. I know about these guys. You know, I've got a weird 1 degree of separation from them. So let's listen to it. And I was expecting like, okay, you know, it's gonna be mathcore, and I'll probably, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is happening on this album?
Yeah, I think you and I, independently listening, probably said the same phrase over and over. Oh, well, I guess why not? Sure.
Sure.
Why not?
Why wouldn't that be what they're doing now in this song? Like so many times listening, me going, what? Wait, what?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What's happening? In the best possible way.
Right.
I mean that in the best possible way. Like, this is, I mean, the tone is different, but in the sense that it's something that's confusing and doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I love it. It's like a Hideo Kojima game.
Sure.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean, again, it's like the Knives Out quote. It makes no goddamn sense. Compels me though. Like, yeah. It's so. It is an eclectic mix of primarily mathcore, which is in and of itself a very eclectic genre.
Right.
You know, it's defined by its lack of structure in a traditional sense.
Right. There's definitely structure, but it's not a musical structure.
Yeah, it's, you know, rapidly and you know, whiplash-inducing time signature changes and genre changes.
Right. Which this does occasionally.
Yeah, of just like, and suddenly, this is a mid-2000s pop emo song.
There's one here reminds me of a mid-1980s pop song.
Yeah. Suddenly, this is like a Maroon 5 song. But if Maroon 5 were tuned in drop D or something, like,
and there's one song is it called Two-Headed Trout?
Two-Headed Trout. Holy shit, I love that song.
Yeah. But you know who it reminded me of?
Who? Limp Bizkit?
No.
Who did it remind you of?
Reminded me a little bit of Sleep Token.
Oh, sure, yeah. Like, I mean, it's. I think they both have a hefty dose of like nu metal influences as bands,
right? And that these guys do a thing that other mathcore bands don't do. They have kind of a sexy feel occasionally.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I mean, in the subject matter of the album is very much it's about divorce is what the album is, but it's the sort of, I mean, most divorces are emotionally charged.
Yes.
I can't say that from experience, but I think that's self-evident.
I've done it twice.
But like, okay, so in your experience, because I believe your first divorce happened, did that happen while you were in your 20s or were you in your 30s?
Oh, no, I was in my 20s.
Yeah. The character of a divorce between one happening in your 20s and one happening in your 40s or 50s is very different.
Which I've done. I've done both of those. I've done it in my 20s and my 40s.
And this is very much the messy, angry, extremely emotionally charged. We had so much of our lives together that we, you know, so many plans that we were going to make, and now it's not having, being angry and upset about it. Rather than something that's maybe a little bit more resigned in some ways of like, yeah, whatever, fuck it.
Right.
Like this is in a way, in that way, about like, this is about a very messy dissolution of a relationship. It also has brought to mind Jane Doe by Converge.
Sure.
This album sounds a lot cleaner in a recording sense than Jane Doe does, and also the vocals are far more legible, and therefore the lyrics are far more legible.
Do they have more than one lead singer? Is this the same guy through the whole thing?
The vast majority, I believe, the like deeper like death growls are one of the other band members. There are a couple of people who are credited as backing vocalists. In fact, like 3 members of the band are credited with backing vocals. So I'm not sure who exactly provides like because occasionally there are some deeper, much more traditional sounding like death metal vocals. Right. Not even like death, really gurgly like deathcore growls, because to me there is a difference.
Yeah.
Very much like traditional sort of more hoarse and raspy like death growls on occasion. But the vast majority of the vocals, the clean vocals and the most of the screen vocals are all Carson Pace.
Because he's good.
He's a fantastic vocalist. He does remind me a lot of Greg Puciato. But I mean, not to say that he's just completely, always just a Greg Puciato clone.
No,
that's not the case. But like his voice is definitely very reminiscent, in a way that to me feels a little inescapable, but it doesn't impact my enjoyment of it whatsoever. And I think he obviously stands out in his own right. Carson Pace is the lead vocalist and also does the synth programming. And handled at least some of the production and engineering on the album too. They have one of their guitarists is Matty Caffrey. The other guitarist is Daniel Hodson, who also provides backing vocals. Drummers Matthew Haig, who's also backing vocal. Jackie Buckaloo plays bass and also does backing vocals. And then Amber Christman, just credited as violin. But a full member of the band, just credited as violin, which is an interesting thing to have in a mathcore band. That's interesting.
But there's also a sax player. There's
most of the other instruments were provided,
guests.
Guest members. Saxophone on tracks 1, 2, and 7. Rich Castillo. Guy named Justin Young providing the narration on the framing device bits.
The first and last track.
The Museum of Failure.
Yes.
There's a framing device that this is an art installation at like the Museum of Failure.
300 years from now.
Yeah, 300 years from now, and these extra tracks were recovered from like a zone inside like the Arkansas exclusion zone or something like that. It's a weird framing device, but it's an exhibit at the Museum of Failure. And then in the second to last track is what is clearly members of the band going to see the final part of the exhibit, and paying for their ticket in a fun little
and it must be the singer who's yelling. Yeah,
his voice is pretty distinctive.
Yeah,
it sounded a lot like him. But other additional guest vocals from a guy named Adam Easterling, who's from a metalcore band called Orthodox. Some more additional vocals from a guy named Tyler Seifert. Guest vocals by someone named Ryan Hunter, who's from a post-hardcore band called Envy on the Coast. Trumpets, trombones, and saxophone played by Alan Romero, and some more guest vocals and backing vocals from Dawson Beck and Andrew Spann. So yeah, I think they just brought in a lot of friends on this as well. There's so much going on. There's so much going on in this album.
It's one of those things where I don't think we can accurately describe it by talking about it.
I've listened to it twice, and I still I need to listen more, so I can find out more. It defies explanation or easy categorization. It's easy enough to say it's a mathcore album, but saying I feel like for most mathcore albums and bands, calling something mathcore is kind of like calling a band a post-rock band. There are so many things that can mean. The terms are so broad when it comes down to it, but
mirthcore would be different.
Mirthcore.
Yeah.
That's just
jolly.
Pure joy and happiness. Which this album is not that.
No, it's
definitely not pure joy and happiness.
No.
This is extremely emotionally charged, bitingly like just acidic and sarcastic, and in a way that if you're a Dillinger Escape Plan fan will feel probably familiar to you.
Lines like, "I never want to have to say that to you again. I never want to speak to you again."
Yeah, it just there are some pretty killer lines,
Yeah.
and God, yeah. Also some really fun song titles. Schizophrenia Legacy, the first like full track,
Yeah.
the first song. Two-Headed Trout is fun. Tears on Lambo Leather.
Yeah.
Body Horror for Birds. The Demon of Unreality Limping Like a Dog.
That's a great song.
Idiot Temptation Force. Douchebag Safari. Distracted by the Mona Lisa. And Country Song in Reverse, which I have to imagine country. I need to pay more attention to the lyrics on that song, because to me, Country Song in Reverse would suggest, because like the saying about a country song, is
you
that
get your dog back, you get
if you play a country song in reverse, you get your dog back and your wife back and your house back or whatever. So I'll have to pay a little bit more attention to the lyrics and see if it is actually a little bit more hopeful. That sonically it feels a little bit more of an upswing. So I wonder if the lyrics sort of reflect that or not. I was mostly going off of vibes and only caught this and that and the general vibe of like, obviously this is an album about divorce. But this album slaps.
Yeah,
it does, for sure.
Yes, it does.
Out of 5 reviews on the Wikipedia page, it came out to an 85%. That's pretty good. That's
pretty solid.
Yeah, pretty solid as far as albums go. And like these guys are kind of they're kind of the thing in mathcore right now. As small as that genre is in general. Like they're kind of the new front runners basically, and I can see why. And some of this there's some of the reviews I was looking at or reading quotes from about how there's a lot of anxiety that comes along with suddenly being the new face of a genre. What's your favorite song on the album? I know. I mean, it changes anytime you listen to it. Yeah. Depending on your, because it's all different moods. It's different. It takes. What do you want? It's here. And I gotta say, as far as this album has everything. Dan Cortez. He's a guest vocalist.
I just, as far as songs go and song structure, I think Distracted by the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, that I wrote that down as an alternate for my favorite, Distracted by the Mona Lisa. It's kind of funny when both this album and Dillinger Escape Plan, my favorite songs both have Mona Lisa in the title, which is interesting. I kind of had to write down Country Song in Reverse. Because good look. You know me. Yeah. I'm a sucker for big long. I love me an album closer, especially when it's a meaty track.
Well, it's kind of a two-parter, isn't it?
A little bit. It's the track itself is 11 minutes long.
Yeah.
But there are definitely kind of distinct parts of the track. I mean, the same can be said about every song on the album. Well, there are kind of distinct parts of the song. Distinct genres within each track.
Right.
To the
suddenly.
point. Yeah. Suddenly, jazz. Although, to be honest, when you're talking about genres that have, rely as much on sudden time signature shifts as like mathcore and like prog does, sudden jazz actually isn't that odd.
It's not jarring at all. That's actually, it fit. Oh, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, because that one of the things jazz is known for is having nonsensical time signature shifts. So,
sometime I'm gonna have to bring a Naked. Did I bring a Naked City album?
I don't think so.
Okay,
doesn't sound familiar to me.
Okay,
and there was some weird buzzing in my headphones for a second, and I didn't know why. I think It's either Country Song in Reverse or Distracted by the Mona Lisa. I really like Distracted by the Mona Lisa, and that's one of the songs that most of it is kind of like most of it feels kind of like a Fall Out Boy song or something. But
he even does the that tone of voice when he's singing it,
like a Brendan Urie thing.
Yeah,
like what band was he from? I know he's kind of gotten himself into trouble.
The Killers? No. That's Brendan Flowers.
Yeah.
Panic at the Disco?
Yeah. I know Brendan Urie got himself canceled over something, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
Sucked because my son was a huge, my 18-year-old, huge fan of Panic at the Disco. And I remember that they just deflated child.
Yeah. But definitely reminiscent of that era. He's got a lot of range. This guy. He's got a lot of range. He's got a lot of range. This guy. A lot of range and a lot of rage.
Yeah.
What medal do you bestow upon this, like Maz Kanata to Chewbacca?
I don't know how to put a medal on it.
Just say it's a gold.
It's a gold.
It's a gold.
Yeah.
For me, it's a gold.
Yeah, it's a gold. You're right. Yeah.
It's
not gonna argue there.
It's deeply compelling.
Yeah.
And I want to listen to it more and discover its secrets. It's like a book in a book of forbidden knowledge in a H.P. Lovecraft novel where you shouldn't look at it more, but you must find its secrets.
Here's the medal. Give it 9.
You give it a 9.
That's the medal.
You give it a 9 out of bronze to gold.
Yes. Out of bronze to gold, I give it a 9.
Okay.
All
right. Do you know what you want to talk about next week?
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Something kind of weird because I was just doing a deep dive. I went down the rabbit hole, and it's a band I haven't listened to yet. So we'll be hearing this for the first time
together.
So yeah. It's a band called. Have you heard of Pizza Death?
No. I've not heard of Pizza Death.
Their album that came out 2 years ago, Reign of the Antichrist. Again, I'm bringing an Australian band. But yeah.
Another weird Australian band.
Yeah.
Okay. Pizza Death.
Yeah.
And Reign of the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Are they like a death metal band?
Yeah, they're death metal, but kind of pizza themed.
I mean, they could do like Mac Sabbath?
Yeah.
Where it's just parody song. They could do parodies of death songs, but about pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Dough and the power it holds. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Spiritual toppings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sound of pepperoni. It writes itself. But okay.
Stuffed crusty gore. There. Anyway. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
All right. So Pizza Death next week. Thank you. Until then, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our podcast feed on whatever podcast service you're using to listen to us on. But thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Bronze Medals Podcast. I'm Cale.
I'm OJ.
Congratulations.